Welcome to Mommy's Journey, a place where we share heartfelt and inspiring stories about the incredible experiences of motherhood. Today's episode delves into the courageous journey of Meera, a first-time mom who faced the challenges of preeclampsia during her pregnancy. From the initial diagnosis to the life-changing moment of her baby's arrival, Meera's story is one of resilience, love, and hope. For all the mothers who've faced complications, and for those who want to understand the incredible strength behind every pregnancy, this story will move and inspire you. Let's join Meera on her unforgettable journey. Meera was 29 when she discovered she was expecting her first child. She and her husband, Aaron, had been dreaming of this moment for years. When the two pink lines appeared on the test, they embraced each other, tears streaming down their faces. Their joy was boundless, and Meera immediately began envisioning the nursery, imagining a crib nestled in the corner and walls painted with soft hues of green and yellow. The first trimester passed uneventfully. Meera's energy levels fluctuated, and the bouts of morning sickness were challenging, but she took it all in stride. Every flutter and kick was a reminder of the tiny life growing inside her. Routine checkups with her OB/GYN, Dr. Kavya, showed that everything was progressing smoothly. It wasn't until Meera reached her 28th week of pregnancy that things started to take an unexpected turn. Meera had gone in for her regular prenatal checkup, excited to hear her baby's heartbeat. The nurse wrapped the blood pressure cuff around her arm, as usual, but this time her expression shifted as she glanced at the reading. "Your blood pressure is a bit high, Meera," the nurse said. "Let me take it again, just to be sure." After 3 readings, all of which were elevated, the nurse left the room to get Dr. Kavya. A sense of unease settled over Meera. When Dr. Kavya returned, she explained that high blood pressure during pregnancy could sometimes be a warning sign of preeclampsia, a condition that, if left untreated, could be dangerous for both the mother and the baby. "We'll need to run some tests," Dr. Kavya said gently, "including blood work and a urine test to check for protein levels. In the meantime, I want you to monitor your symptoms closely. Headaches, vision changes, or swelling in your hands and face could be signs of worsening preeclampsia." When the test results came back a few days later, Meera received the confirmation she was dreading. She had preeclampsia. The diagnosis brought with it a wave of restrictions. Meera was placed on modified bed rest to lower her blood pressure and reduce stress on her body. This meant giving up her job temporarily and spending most of her days lying down, which was a stark contrast to her previously active routine. Aaron, ever supportive, took over the household chores and kept a close eye on her. He brought her meals rich in nutrients, ensured she stayed hydrated, and even downloaded meditation apps to help her relax. Despite his efforts, Meera felt trapped. She missed her independence and worried constantly about her baby. Was her little one okay? Would they make it to full term? Dr. Kavya reassured her at each visit. "Preeclampsia can be managed," she said. "Our goal is to keep you and the baby safe for as long as possible. But if things worsen, we may need to deliver early." This warning weighed heavily on Meera. She had hoped for a smooth, full-term pregnancy, but now the uncertainty loomed like a dark cloud. At 34 weeks, Meera began experiencing severe headaches and noticed swelling in her face and hands. Aaron immediately drove her to the hospital, where her blood pressure was dangerously high. Tests revealed that her condition was worsening rapidly, and the baby's heart rate showed signs of distress. "It's time," Dr. Kavya said with a calm urgency. "We need to deliver your baby now. It's the safest option for both of you." Meera felt a surge of fear. She had imagined labor beginning naturally, followed by hours of effort before finally holding her baby in her arms. Instead, she was being prepped for an emergency cesarean section. Arun held her hand as she was wheeled into the operating room. "We're in this together," he whispered. "You're the strongest person I know, Meera, and our baby will be too." The operating room was a flurry of activity. Meera lay on the table, her heart pounding, as the medical team worked swiftly. The sterile smell of the room and the bright overhead lights felt overwhelming, but she focused on Aaron, who sat beside her, his eyes full of reassurance. Within minutes, she felt a tugging sensation, and then a sudden release. A tiny cry pierced the air. "It's a girl!" the doctor announced, holding up a tiny, red-faced newborn. Mira's tears flowed freely as she caught a glimpse of her daughter, before the nurses whisked the baby away to the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU, for evaluation. At just 34 weeks, her little one was premature and needed extra care. The next few days were a blur of recovery for Meera and NICU visits for their baby, whom they named Dia, meaning light. Dia weighed just under 2 kilograms and was hooked up to monitors and an incubator to regulate her temperature. Mira's first visit to the NICU was bittersweet. Seeing her baby so small and fragile, with tubes and wires attached to her, was heart-wrenching. But as she placed her hand inside the incubator and touched Dia's tiny fingers, a surge of love and protectiveness overwhelmed her. Aaron and Meera spent every possible moment at the NICU, learning how to feed Dia through a syringe and celebrating every small milestone. The first time Dia latched onto a bottle, the first time she opened her eyes, and the day she was strong enough to breathe without assistance were moments of pure joy. As Mira's own health improved, she began reflecting on the journey. Preeclampsia had been a terrifying and unpredictable experience, but it had also taught her the depth of her strength. She and Aaron had faced each hurdle together, and their bond had only grown stronger. After 3 weeks in the NICU, Dia was finally ready to come home. The nurses and doctors who had cared for her celebrated the milestone with smiles and warm wishes. Bringing Dia home was a moment of triumph. Meera carefully placed her daughter in the crib she had dreamed of so many months ago. Dia was still small, but she was a fighter, just like her mother. In the months that followed, Meera and Aaron adjusted to their new roles as parents. Dia grew stronger each day, her cheeks filling out and her cries becoming louder. Meera remained vigilant about her own health, knowing that preeclampsia increased her risk of high blood pressure in the future. But for now, she focused on the present, on every coo, every giggle, and every sleepless night that reminded her of the miracle she had brought into the world. Meera's journey was not the one she had envisioned, but it was one filled with resilience, love, and hope. Preeclampsia had tested her in ways she never expected, but it had also shown her the depths of her courage. As she rocked Dia to sleep one evening, Meera whispered softly, "We did it, my little light. We made it through." Her story is a testament to the strength of mothers everywhere and the unbreakable bond between a parent and their child. Thank you for listening to Mommy's Journey. We hope Meera's story touched your heart and shed light on the strength and determination of mothers everywhere. If you enjoyed this episode, please like the video, share it with someone who might relate, and subscribe to our channel for more real-life stories of courage and love. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your experiences or feedback. Until next time, take care and cherish every moment of your journey.